AI playing with my job. I hating answering the phone in the car. What happened to just call me at home? Damn Bluetooth, no one ever calls you and tells you anything good. And tonight I knew it was going to be one of those nights. The rain was pounding against my windshield, every drop echoing like a drumbeat on my nerves. I sat in my car long after I had parked, my hands locked on the steering wheel. The streetlight above painted my dashboard in cold, pale yellow. I should have been on my way home, but I couldn't move. My phone buzzed again in the cup holder. Same unknown number, same voicemail. Maria, this is urgent. We need to talk about your access credentials. Call me back immediately. The voice was sharp, commanding, too commanding. It carried the same tone my old branch manager used when things went wrong. Except this wasn't my manager. My chest tightened. I had already been suspended. Weeks ago, HR called me into a glass-walled office, their faces flat and practiced. Maria, we regret to inform you. They said I mishandled sensitive information. They said I had failed to protect the bank's systems. But I knew that wasn't true. I was careful. I double-checked every email. I locked my computer every time I stood up. Still, someone had known enough to pose as me. Someone had stolen my details, my credibility. And then, my mind snapped to Dan. Dan with the easy smile, the warm laugh, the guy I met online who seemed to know just how to listen. We'd gone on 3 dates. Coffee first, then dinner where he asked so many questions about my work. What's your day like at the bank? Do you deal with clients directly? What kind of system do you use? At the time, I thought he was just curious. On the 3rd date, a walk in the park, he'd nudged a little deeper, teasing me about how complicated banking security must be, laughing when I mentioned the ID badges and multi-factor logins. I brushed it off. I thought he liked me. But after that 3rd date, he vanished. No calls, no texts, just silence. And sitting there in the car, listening to that fake voicemail, I felt my stomach twist. He hadn't been interested in me at all. Dan had been interested in what I knew, in how I said it, in the little crumbs of personal information I dropped without realizing. He was grooming me, probing for details, setting me up like a chess piece in his social engineering game. Once he got what he wanted, he ghosted me. The headlights of a passing car swept across my rearview mirror, and honestly, fear jolted through me. What if it hadn't caught it? What if he'd gotten into the bank's systems using my name? Would I have been blamed again for something I never did? The phone lit up again, but this time the number was different. Internal. Familiar. I answered, my voice shaking. Maria? The voice was steady, reassuring. James from IT. He used to fix my laptop when it froze during calls. Sorry for calling late, but I wanted you to hear this from me first. We've been monitoring suspicious activity. Someone's been trying to use your employee ID to break into restricted accounts. We flagged it and shut it down. But your personal data is out there, circulating. I closed my eyes, my throat tightening as relief and fury collided inside me. So, it wasn't me? I asked. No, James said firmly. We know it wasn't you. Whoever's doing this is persistent. They knew details only you should have known, but they slipped up. We caught them in the logs. The investigation is ongoing. You're in the clear. My mind flashed back to Dan's smile, his questions, the way he leaned in when I spoke. It hadn't been romance, it had been reconnaissance. For the first time in weeks, I could breathe. I wasn't reckless, I wasn't a failure, I was a target. And now I understood just how dangerous stolen information and misplaced trust could be. I sat there in the car, clutching the phone, listening as James explained the next steps: fraud alerts, identity monitoring, new protections on my accounts. I nodded, even though he couldn't see me. My heart was still racing, but something stronger began to take root inside me, a vow. They had stolen my name once. They had stolen my character, my reputation, almost my peace of mind. But I would not let them steal my future. As the rain eased, I started the car and pulled into the night, my headlights cutting a path forward. And that's when it hit me. Trust is a gift, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon. A casual conversation, a careless detail, one moment of letting my guard down. That was all it took for someone like Dan to turn my life upside down. So I carry this truth now, and I'll share it with anyone who will listen. In the world of cybersecurity, information is currency. Trust is the doorway. Trust carefully, share cautiously, and never underestimate how valuable your information really is. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming videos.